Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also thank you very much to the organizers for having invited me. I am going to coordinate this first session on competition issues in online intermediation. I just would like to say very few words of presentation of the issues. Already Chairman Pitruzzella has provided a wide range of issues. I would like just to add two additional points. One which is in the background, which I will come to in a second. The first one is the fact that these platforms are mainly two-sided. And so their problem is that in order for them to have a market, they have to bring together two sides. That is, in the case of Booking.com, they have to have the hotels and they have to have clients using the hotels. In terms of Uber, they have to have taxi drivers or drivers, and they have to have consumers asking for such services. And of course, in competition, also what matters is the market power of these platforms. And also, if you compare the two, Booking.com and Uber, there is a huge difference between the two. Because a consumer has so the cost of switching for a consumer from a Booking.com to Hotels.com is very small. However, switching from Uber to another platform is quite costly because Uber has some information that other platforms don't have. And for a consumer to switch to other platform, they have to provide their data, they have to provide their credit card information to that new platform. And of course, it's quite costly, and the consumers are not always willing to do so. So the market power that Uber exercises is certainly higher in this respect than one that Booking exercises. But this is just to give you an indication of the problems that originates. We will discuss, of course, parity clauses, and so I will not say anything on this. I just would like to add one other point that I don't know if it will be discussed in this conference, and that is the issue of international coordination. This is a real it's becoming a real problem. It already started with Microsoft. We have had many Microsoft cases, the US case, the European case, the Korean case, efforts by many other jurisdictions to challenge Microsoft. We have had the Intel case. The Intel case started in the EU. There was a US case, there was a Korean case, there was a Japanese case, all very similar. And we have the Booking.com case. It started in Europe. The Commission did not take the case, but there have been many authorities involved with a high cost, high administrative costs, and not much value added originating from all these cases. So there is an issue of international coordination and of some sort of enforced committee that should be used in order for the leading authority to take the case and to decide for all. And of course, this would be the best of the world, because all of us would save resources, legal costs, and also the company would save also a lot of resources in this respect. So the international coordination issue among competition authorities is a problem that these cases around platforms, which are worldwide platforms, certainly put on our in front of us. If you take Google, there is a European case. So first of all, there was a US case. Then there is a European case. There is an Indian case. There is a Korean case. I was joking with some friends last week in Paris, and we were saying that at a certain point we will organize a conference with 100 competition authorities, and they will all discuss their Google case. And of course, this is highly inefficient. And so there is an issue of international coordination, and the international community should take steps in this respect, maybe within the ICN, so I'm not sure how and where, but an issue is already there. A third point that I'd like to raise is the point of the legal base. We have, for many of these platforms, the legal base has been Article 101, that is article that prohibits restrictive agreements. At the end of the day, the case was brought only to one of these platforms, and it probably would have been better if unilateral conduct type of legal provisions would have been used. It would have been more transparent and more clear. An issue related to this is that we have used commitments in these cases, and of course commitments are not associated with identification, with a finding of an infringement, of a violation of the law. So the whole issue of what to do with this price parity, except in one jurisdiction, that is Germany, but in all others it has been all, the decisions were all based on commitments provided by the parties, and therefore there is no clarity on for other platforms and for other players on what they should do or should not do. Having said that, I'd like to open the session. I will follow the order that is being provided in the program. So the first speaker is going to be Bruno Julien from the Toulouse School of Economics. We are going to have, we have around 3 hours. I think we should have a presentation of around 20 minutes, have 10 minutes of questions on the paper, so that at the end we might have some extra time, a few more, maybe 10 or 15 minutes left for a general discussion among all of you. So.